Hello students. Today I am going to start a new chapter, that is the independence and partition of India. In this particular chapter we will be discussing two major things. First, Mountbatten Plan, and second, Indian Independence Act. As per your new syllabus, children, you have to study only the clauses of Mountbatten Plan and Indian Independence Act, which you have to learn it nicely. Okay. So, first we will start with Lord Mountbatten Plan or Mountbatten Plan. Okay, and why Mountbatten Plan is named as Mountbatten? Because it is named on the Lord Mountbatten who came in India. Yes. So, Lord Wavell, who has proposed the failed cabinet mission plan, was recalled where? In England, and Lord Mountbatten was appointed as a new viceroy in 1947. Now, you must be wondering what is cabinet mission plan, right? So, after the Second World War, there were many things which were changing, which was taking place in London, because though London or England was on the winning side, but still the condition of England was not so fair to deal with the more partition or more of the struggle with India, because the soldiers even or the people those who have participated in Second World War, they have already was fighting or was struggling since the Second World War has started, and now they were no more interested in having another war or to face any other struggle. Okay, so therefore lots of circumstantial situations were there. Apart from this, the world power which came up after the Second World War, that was USA and USSR, both were in the favor of independence of India, or the enslaved countries, those who are enslaved, to be independent. So therefore all these the circumstantial uh, the reasons were there which has led to the proposal of cabinet mission plan, but there were some conditions which were not acceptable by the Indians, so therefore it was a failure. So cabinet mission is not in your course, children, as per the new syllabus, so we will not focus on this. We will straight away come to the Mountbatten plan. Okay, so after the failure of cabinet mission plan, another plan was proposed, that is known as the Mountbatten plan. As it was proposed by Lord Mountbatten, therefore it is known as Mountbatten Plan. Okay, so his immediate task was to restore peace between Indian National Congress and Muslim League. So basically, the Mountbatten Plan wanted to bring back the peace and wanted to bring back a coordination in between Indian National Congress and Muslim League, so that the deadlock which was created can be subsided, and Britishers could discuss on the matter of the Indian independence, how the transfer of power will be there, or how things will take place, or it will take place as in shape. So he found that the task is difficult and decided to speed up the transfer of power without any delay. So in cabinet mission only it was decided that the power will be transferred. Which power? That India will be liberated. It will gain freedom. Okay, but how it will take place, when it will take place, so that was not done. So it was more I would say in detail we find in Mountbatten plan. So Mountbatten found that if Indian National Congress and Muslim League has to decide certain things, so they have to declare that the transfer of power from Britain to Indians or to people of India without any delay. So he presented his plan, the Mountbatten plan, before the 7 leaders: Nehru, Patel, Kripalani, Jinnah, Liaquat, Nishtar, and Baldev Singh. These were the 7 major leaders. In front of that, the plan was laid. Indian National Congress and Muslim League accepted the plan. Plan was announced on 3rd June 1947. Gandhi once again reminded not to go for the partition as it may cause harm to the country. So which partition? The partition between India and Pakistan, the division of India between India and Pakistan. Now the clauses. First, the country would be divided into two domains, that is India and Pakistan. So that was decided according to the Lord Mountbatten, that the division of the country will be there, and if it will not be there, then the deadlock will again restart between Indian National Congress and Muslim League. Okay, next is relationship between two dominions. Now, the countries themselves will decide the relationship between themselves, like how India will have the relation with Pakistan and how Pakistan will have the relation with India, or both of them, which type of relation they will share with the British Commonwealth countries. Now, what is British Commonwealth countries? You must have heard Commonwealth Games, because that is very common enough. Yes, so Commonwealth Games or the British Commonwealth are those countries which has ever been enslaved of the Britishers. So in Commonwealth Games, only those countries participate, those who have ever been enslaved of the Britishers. Yes. So here it was told that India and Pakistan would decide themselves that which type of relationship they would like to carry forward with the British Commonwealth countries. Now, boundary commission, it was decided a boundary commission will be set up which will decide the area or the boundary of India and Pakistan, how it will be demarcated, that India and Pakistan. Then the princely states, all the treaties with the princely states would come to an end. All the treaties, all the agreements which are signed by the Britishers will now come to an end. Bengal and Punjab, as both of the region were very big, so therefore it was decided that partition of Bengal and Punjab was proposed. Okay, so that Bengal will also be divided into East Bengal and West Bengal, as well as Punjab will also be divided. Then Sindh was given a choice to take its own decision, either to join India or Pakistan. So that was the special authority which was given to the Sindh region. Now Northwest Frontier Province was given a choice to take its own decision, either to join India or Pakistan. And then the Sylhet, the district of Sylhet, it is at present an area of Bangladesh. If you remember, children, in Bangladesh was previously the part of India itself, which was known as the East Bengal. When the division was made of the Bengal, so that was divided into East Bengal, and later on it got liberated and now it is known as the Bangladesh. Yes, so the Muslim majority was given a choice to take its own decision, either to remain in Assam or to join East Bengal. Okay, so that was their choice, what they had to do. Then Constituent Assembly, the existing Constituent Assembly would continue to work, but Pakistan would have its own Constituent Assembly. So now when the Cabinet Mission Plan came in India, as you know, it came in India in 1946. So it proposed that there will be a constituent assembly which will make the constitution of India. So when the Mountbatten plan was proposed, at that time it was decided the constituent assembly which was working on the constitution of India will be divided, that Pakistan will have their own constitution and India will have their own constituent assembly. So it was decided that both will have their separate constituent assembly and Pakistan would frame its own constitution. Now the transfer of power. Transfer of power would take earlier in August 1947 instead of June 1948. Previously, children, it was decided that India will be liberated in the year 1948. June 1948, but due to the various conditions and the circumstances, it was decided that the transfer of power will be made much more before than the date it was decided. So finally it was decided that now the transfer of power will be done of India on 15th August 1947, but not on June 1948. Now, acceptance. Why Mountbatten Plan was accepted? Because it expressed, publics expressed their mixed feeling. Some were happy and some were not happy. Now, why they were happy and some were unhappy? Because most of the people were happy because India was being liberated from the Britishers. And why this mixed feeling was there, unhappiness was there? Because the country was getting divided into two halves. Then the nationalists criticized partition. Indian National Congress has no other alternative, so accepted the plan. Muslim League wasn't happy with the way Pakistan was divided, but still accepted it. So here, no other alternative was there to the given to the Muslim League, because Mountbatten Plan was the plan which was accepting the division of the country. Though they were not very happy, but still they accepted the plan. Now, reason of acceptance, why Congress accepted or Muslim League accepted the plan. First, large scale communal rights. What is communal right? Communal is the religion based rights. Rights were taking place in the country, and it was felt that only partition could be the solution of that particular communal right. To stop those communal rights, more it was more important to stop that. We had to have the partition of the country. Only then it could be controlled. Then Muslim League had joined interim government. Indian had realized that it can't work jointly administered with Muslim League, because Muslim League was trying to obstruct the work of the Indian National Congress, because they wanted the division of the country. Then leaders realized that if partition was further delayed, India may head towards a civil war. Now, what is civil war? A war which takes place within the country. So, if the partition would have not been accepted at that time, then India would have been facing the civil war in the country itself. Then Britishers were trying to suggest the rulers of Indian states to remain independent, and continuation of British rule would mean a greater calamity. So it was quite risky at that time. If India would not divide themselves and make the Muslim League happy, then it would create lot of problem, and it would give much more opportunity for the Britishers to stay longer in our country. So therefore it was best at that time by the leaders to divide the country. Then people felt that a smaller India with a strong central authority was better than a big India with a weak center. Okay, so it was told a small state could have been better, a small India could have been better with a strong center, rather than to have a very big state but a with a weak center. So that was much more intelligent enough of the leaders to decide that. Then leaders felt that the partition would keep away undemocratic procedures and the constitution of separate electorates from India. And then India can evolve as a truly secular and democratic state. So, if the division would be possible, India would turn out as a secular. Secular means where there is no barring in the religion, no interference in the religion. People are free to follow their own religion, and democracy could be maintained. So, therefore, Mountbatten Plan was accepted by the people, by the Congress as well as by the Muslim League. Now, the Indian Independence Act. The Indian Independence Act 1947. After the acceptance of Mountbatten Plan by all the Indian leaders, the British Prime Minister introduced the Indian Independence Bill in British Parliament, and it was passed by both the houses on July 1, 1947. The main clause or provisions were: first, two new dominions, that is, the Pakistan would include Sindh, British Baluchistan, Northwest Frontier Province, West Punjab, and East Bengal. Now, why I am calling it as the West Punjab? Because if you know, you must be knowing that there are two Punjab. One Punjab we find in our country, and just similar to that, we find one Punjab also in Pakistan. So, as I have told, Punjab was divided into two halves. So, one Punjab joined India, and the other part of the Punjab joined Pakistan. Same with Bengal. East Bengal and West Bengal. West Bengal was the part of India and East Bengal was the part of Pakistan. The remaining territories would be included in India. Now, provision of partition. The Bengal and Punjab would be divided if desired by its people through plebiscite. Now, plebiscite is what? It is a kind of voting. The people of Northwest Frontier Province and Sylhet would decide through voting whether to join India or Pakistan. So, as we know, later they joined the West and East Pakistan. Then, Governor General for each dominion. It was told that both India and Pakistan would have a Governor General. So, who was the last Governor General of Indian Dominion? That was the Lord Mountbatten. Children, do remember. And after this, one more question could be asked: who was the last and first? It was one and only Indian Governor General. Okay, so that was C. Rajagopalachari. So, last British Governor General was Lord Mountbatten, and last Indian Governor General, or who was the first and last Indian Governor General, that was the C. Rajagopalachari. Yes. So, separate constituent assemblies to serve as central legislature. End of jurisdiction of British Parliament, that now onwards, from 15th August onwards, no other rule will be applicable on India as well as on the Pakistan. Then Emperor of India and King of England titles would be dropped. Till separate new constitutions are framed, country would be governed as per Act of 1935. As we know, Government of India Act 1935 was applicable till our new constitution was enforced. Governor General would have the power to modify or adopt Government of India. Rights of king to veto, that is to give the deciding power, refuse the laws will be given. The princely states would be free from all British treaties, free to join either of the dominions. So, princely states were free either to remain independent or to join India and Pakistan. Then treaties and agreements with government of India would lapse. All the treaties which was done by the Britishers would lapse now. Then the division of army as well as assets, whatever the amount, the treasure the Britishers were having of the country as well as the army will be divided into two halves. One part will be given to India and the other part will be given to Pakistan. Then bringing act into operation, that will be done by the Governor General. An office of Secretary of State and interest of existing officers would be safeguarded. Okay, and interest of existing officers would be safeguarded, it will be there. And the office of Secretary of State, if you remember, that was introduced, office of Secretary of State was introduced after the revolt of 1857. That will abolish now because everything was getting lapsed so by the Britishers, so therefore all this will come to an end. So children, with this we have completed the Indian national movement of our country, and now after this I will be starting with world history. Thank you.